And so it looks like the state matter was scheduled for a bond violation hearing on the assault with intent to do great bodily harm and larceny of building. And there was also a bond violation on the city domestic violence charge as well. And where's Mr. Graves?
Yeah, I received information from Mr. Graves that he had tested positive for COVID. I forwarded that information to the prosecutor's office. I did not give it out because I don't represent him on a city case matter. I did not have an opportunity to forward that matter to the city.
To Mr. Rivers?
To Mr. Rivers, I apologize. And so I did ask Mr. Graves to zoom in. I think there was some indication that he had zoomed in, but text me back and said that he's getting kicked out.
You don't have him in there, and did you ever have him in there? No. So he was never in there.
At one point, he was, Judge.
You saw him in there?
Yes.
Okay.
And so, based on that, the prosecutor's office is not very suspect. I'll let them speak for themselves in terms of the information that Mr. Graves provided to me in reference to his COVID test.
What did he give you?
He gave me he sent me a picture of himself.
With a picture of himself? A
picture of his ID attached to looks like a home test, which indicates
may not be his test.
Pardon me?
May not be his test.
And so, you know, and I believe, again, I don't want to speak for the prosecutor's office, but basically I asked him to send me information to verify that he was positive with COVID. That was the information he sent me. He also sent me some documentation that indicated that he was exposed to COVID, but did not indicate whether or not he was actually positive for COVID. He also indicated to me that the death in his family, his stepfather had passed away.
All of this?
I think it was Monday night. So he was requesting, and at that point in time, I indicated to him that I still had to appear. I believe he also contacted this court as well, indicating that he was positive for COVID.
He did contact my assistant, but she asked for him to send something showing that he had a positive test, like, you know, like a validated test from the doctor's office, and he never did that.
So that's my explanation. Again, I did indicate to him that it would be imperative for him to, at minimum, zoom in.
Yeah, and he didn't even do that.
And at some point,
I mean, he did, but
he zoomed in, but he keeps texting me that.
Well, he needs to try again.
That he has.
Because I'm gonna issue a warrant for him.
And I just, before this matter was called, he indicated, for the record, he keeps kicking me out. And I did indicate to him, please try again. So.
Your Honor, the defense in this case has shown me a picture of the documentation that was provided to him. The picture that was provided of the test is his Michigan operator's license with a picture of COVID-19 test in front of it. But as we all know, there's two lines in a COVID-19 test. There's a control and test line, and his thumb is covering up the test line. There's only a control line.
Oh, come on, really?
The record that was showing exposure says sent from iPhone on the bottom. It looks like he typed it himself. I have the people have no reason to believe that he has COVID or that his father's passed. And we believe that there's further contact with the victim. This has to be put to an end.
I mean, you know, I don't know if his father passed or not, but clearly the COVID test photo with one of the lines covered up that's not good. And then, of course, he was here and claiming that he's been kicked out and has not tried back. So I'm going to issue a warrant for his arrest. Mr. Rivers, what do you want to say on the city case?
I request a warrant.
Yeah, that's just not believable at this point. And I'm very concerned about the fact that he's got possibly contact with this alleged claiming witness. So warrant will issue in both cases. Let me make a note.
Yeah, if it's any consolation, I don't know whether or not the people the complainant witness to testify to violence of probation hearing. So if that seems consolation,
Well, they may not need her. It's only a bond hearing. Typically, they might have her, but he's not here. He's the problem. He could make that argument if he were here, but he's not. So, on the state case, let's see what the bond was. He has a cash or surety bond. It's $10,000. Will show cause surety. Dale Mike Tail of Michigan, bail bonding agency. City matter, which was the domestic violence. He had a $1,250 cash or surety bond, which is now going to be a $3,000 cash or surety bond, and will also show cause the same bonding agency.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Mr. Graves is also a teller as well.
Probably. Let's see. GPS tether. This is on the city case. Prior to release, that was ordered back in October of 2023. Let's see what he's got on the state case. He is on a GPS tether on the state case because there are numerous alleged violations due to battery shutdowns and going in exclusion zone. So yeah, he's still on the tether.
Thank you. I have relayed that information to Mr. Graves by way of the number that I have for him. So.
All right, so I guess you're all set for now. And if he comes back, I guess you have to get reappointed, I guess.
The system changed, it has changed greatly. Once a bench warrant is issued for a person, we are no longer obligated to continue.
Right, so you have to get asked to get reappointed, or they'll reappoint somebody else.
They'll probably.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, so this is file 238894 SM1. It's the date and time of a bond violation plea by you, I believe, because you were arraigned on a bond violation before the magistrate. Yesterday or the day before, you told the magistrate you wanted to waive a hearing, waive a lawyer, and plead guilty, right, to bond violation. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So let's see, a zero bond bench warrant was issued July 30, 2023 for your failure to show at a pretrial conference on a charge of retail fraud second degree. So that's the violation. So why didn't you show for your pretrial on that date last July?
When I first got the date, I was staying at my mom's. I have a rocky relationship with her husband. He had kicked me out. I had no place to stay. I had, through talking friends, I had gotten a place to stay in Kalkaska with work. And I thought that I would be able to get a ride in for court. My mom said that she would come get me. Well, she had been into a car accident. And since then, she's scared to drive more than a couple miles. So I just, I didn't have the resources. I am back in Traverse City now, so that's not an issue. But unfortunately, I just didn't have the resources to get back into Traverse City, Your Honor.
So back then, I mean, why didn't you call the court or your lawyer and explain the circumstances? Number one, why didn't you do that?
I did have a phone, but where I was in Kalkaska, I didn't get reception. I couldn't even use my phone. It was pretty worthless to me.
Yeah, well, all right. So how'd you get picked up on this bench warrant, sir?
Well, I'd come back in Traverse City to turn myself in to take care of this. And I was here for about 2 days, and the cops actually showed up before I could turn myself in. So either way, I'm getting it taken care of. So that was the main reason for me to come back into Traverse City. I just want to get this done and over with. My mom has lost her hope, and she needs me to be at her place working and helping her with rent and stuff. She can't afford the place by herself, so.
All right, well, sorry to hear about your mom. Well, so if you were gone so long, living in Kalkaska, you're back for 2 days. How do the police know that you're back in 2 days and they come knocking on your door? That doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
Really.
I think that they do sweeps through there because there was a lot of cop cars. I mean, I guess it's coincidence. I don't know.
So, you know, my opinion is that had you not picked up on this or something else, I believe, you'd still be out there hanging out, never taking care of this. And, you know, I'll just remind you, you've got a long criminal record involving, this is a retail fraud second, a 1-year misdemeanor. You have prior convictions for those things, receiving, concealing convictions, drug convictions, assault convictions. You've been to prison. I think, you know, nothing's working to get you to obey and respect the court system. So what we'll do, we have to set this for another pre-trial. We'll do that, but I'm gonna, your bond's gonna be 10,000, 10% with all the same terms and conditions of the original bond. Pre-trial conference then will be?
That will be February 29th at 9 a.m.
February 29th at 9 a.m. Make sure you call your lawyer and start working on the case. You probably never met your lawyer, right?
I've had a phone call with him once.
Yeah. Well, call him again.
This is the first time, Your Honor, that I've missed a court date that I've known about. So,
well, see,
I mean,
that, you know, I that you've known about. So I don't know that, but it's coming up. Well, you know, that's more than half a year ago, really, that you were, and you've just been out there not doing anything. And you'd still be out there, except that the police happened to come to your house 2 days after you're in Traverse City, which is just.
I was going to turn myself in. That was the whole reason I came back to Traverse City.
I thought you were coming back to take care of your mom. Oh, never mind.
Well, yeah.
Just contact your attorney. I'm sure he'd be just very pleased to hear from you and be ready to start over on the case. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you're all set, sir. We'll see you next time. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.